it do, Fenix Nation? Welcome back to the year of impending calamity, 2025, baby! We have a great show tonight because although we took a break, the horrors sure didn't. We got explosions, we got fights, we got scandals galore. So strap in because, well, can't get any worse, can it? Now, before we dive into the news stories, because none of them are good, Austin, did you get what you wanted for Christmas?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Okay, well, I tried to drop some hints, right? But I guess I wasn't specific enough. I mean, like, okay, this is a gift card to H&M, which is very different from S&M. I guess I do need a new shirt, though, so, yeah.
Has anyone ever told you that you overshare?
And this low and slow rub for my meat, which is, yes, technically what I asked for, but damn it, context.
Right, okay then, let's get into the news. America decided to enter the new year in an extremely on-brand way with two terrorist attacks, one in New Orleans and one in Las Vegas.
In New Orleans, a U.S. citizen with a brown-sounding name and an ISIS flag drove a vehicle into a crowd on Bourbon Street, killing and injuring several people. This resulted in the Sugar Bowl being delayed for 24 hours, and you know things are bad when they are delaying football games. I mean, do you know how much money a football game brings in?
The other attack involved a Cybertruck that exploded outside of a Trump hotel in Las Vegas, which is being investigated as a terrorist attack and not as a preview of what's about to happen to Trump and Elon Musk's working relationship.
Those are two big egos. I mean, sooner or later, splody.
Now, I know you're all wondering what to be angry about, so let me give you the details so you can make up your mind. The first guy is darker than taupe, has a kind of Muslim-sounding name, but is a U.S. citizen and served in the military. Other guy is white, also U.S. citizen, also military. Now that you have the facts, please feel free to make up your own to suit whatever narrative is most convenient for you.
Libby's grab some popcorn because the MAGA world is going to war with itself. On one side, you have Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, who support H-1B visas for skilled workers.
And on the other side, you've got Trump's side piece, Laura Loomer, who would like to remind you that she very specifically voted for a white-topia where immigrants don't steal our jobs, you guys.
Now, what are H-1B visas and why are they controversial? They are employer-sponsored temporary work visas for foreigners with specialized knowledge or skills. Chinese petroleum engineers, Indian web coders, Mexican cleaning staff, according to Donald Trump, that sort of thing. Now, the tech plutocrats, they love H-1B visas as a way to exploit foreign talent at rock-bottom prices. But the landed aristocracy needs to publicly oppose anything that doesn't smell like America first in order to maintain the illusion that they care about other Americans. Both sides want all the money. Neither is willing to compromise, and none of them will be personally affected by the outcome. Vivek Ramaswamy is rock hard for H-1Bs because he thinks Americans have promoted mediocrity, see Donald Trump, since the 90s. On the other hand, Nikki Haley thinks brown people are grody, and Mike Cernovich pointed out that lazy long-haired American hippies landed the first people on the moon. Meanwhile, Elon threatened to lose his shit over H-1Bs completely. Now, in an unrelated story, let me be clear that this is not related at all.
Very, very unrelated. Not even related, not even a little bit.
Right, so Tesla laid off about 14% of its workforce last year and also applied for over 2,000 H-1B visas to bring in workers from overseas.
Totally not related to the other thing.
But the important question is, how does Trump feel about all this?
Well, I think the visas are important. Not as important as tariffs. Tariffs are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tariffs. But at the end of the day, I think we should get rid of the visas and replace them with MasterCards.
Now in other MAGA is fighting itself news, which is honestly my favorite kind of news.
I know, it's the best.
There has been some kerfuffling over re-electing Mike Johnson as House Speaker. Now, by the time you watch this, chances are that everyone will have calmed down, shut their trap, and just re-elected him. Except for Representative Thomas Massie, who seems hell-bent on opposing him. But the scenario that's had Democrats feeling some chubbiness in their pantaloons was this prospect of another messy speaker fight.
Now, as you'll recall from Mike Johnson's last speaker election and the Kevin McCarthy debacle before that, the House can't do a gosh darn thing till they first elect a speaker. It grinds the whole government to a screeching halt. And the government has shit to do right now, like getting Trump's citrus-hued ass back into the White House so he can start deporting people who are darker than a saltine. But the thought of the GOP screwing that up by fighting with each other has become Democrats' new favorite sexual fantasy, replacing their previous sexual fantasy, which involved Kamala Harris. And then Hakeem Jeffries comes in, and he's all like, and then he starts to. It is. It's messy.
If you've bothered to look at the news lately, you're probably wondering, what the hell's going on with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Well, we are going to break it down for you as fast as possible.
So Justin Baldoni starred in / directed the movie It Ends With Us with Blake Lively. While they were doing press, everyone was like, oh wow, Blake Lively doesn't seem to give a shit about domestic violence, despite playing a victim of that in the film. And they also noticed that she and Baldoni weren't anywhere near each other, which is weird if your co-stars on a press tour who don't smell bad. Blake's reputation gets totally smeared, and Baldoni ends up winning an award for shining a light on the issue of domestic violence. Then Blake Lively sues the daylights out of him, saying Baldoni was sexually harassing her the whole time they were filming, and that him and his PR team orchestrated the smear campaign against her to make her look bad.
Here to comment are Blake Lively's PR rep, Jen Haston.
Hello.
And Justin Baldoni's PR rep, Mike Dynamo.
Thanks for having me.
Now this has been a wild story. What do the two of you have to say for yourselves and for your clients?
Well, at least my client cares about the issue of domestic violence.
Well, at least my client doesn't try to feel up his co-stars by chucking in extra sex scenes and saying it's important for the movie.
Well, at least my client didn't try to promote their hair care line instead of talking about domestic violence.
Well, at least my client doesn't have a dominatrix named Madam Spanky.
At least my client doesn't drown puppies.
At least my client isn't a cannibal.
You leave Armie Hammer out of this.
Guys, stop this. This is getting out of hand. Calm down. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to need you to find something to agree on so we can mend fences. I mean, come on, what do you got?
Jen, do you believe in aliens?
Oh, fuck yeah. Aliens are definitely real.
Aw, that's nice. Way to come together and agree on something. Hey, enjoy suing each other in court.
You know what? Thank you. I will. See you in court, Jen.
Can't wait, Mike. Love that hat, by the way.
Let's go from train wreck to plane wreck with the good folks over at Boeing. Following a horrific plane crash in South Korea, yep, it was a Boeing, that claimed the lives of hundreds, South Korean officials were seen leaving a New York City prison with a very Italian man clutching a picture of Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun.
Hey, remember that time Boeing sent a couple of astronauts into space and they got stuck there?
I mean, honestly, I thought space was a myth until those astronauts went up there last June. Like, it was supposed to be an 8-day mission, but now they've had their mission extended to March 2025.
Whatever team is coming to replace them better be ready to see some weird shit when they get there. Are they skin and bones? Are they space married now? Is one hiding from the other because someone got space madness, like on Ren and Stimpy? Space madness! We'll have to wait and see, but if I had to guess, I'd say it probably smells like 10 months worth of farts in there.
In other brands behaving badly news, UnitedHealthcare seems to not quite be learning their lesson. In a viral post, a doctor said that coverage for his coma patient was denied because it wasn't medically necessary. The new UHC CEO could not be reached for comment because they're locked in a vault for the foreseeable future.
Everyone loves chess. And not the two old guys playing in the park kind of chess. No, every weekend the whole family gets together to tailgate at the World Blitz Championship and watch chess grandmasters battle it out with boards and bishops and stuff like that.
And we all agree that grandmasters sounds a little bit like something racist, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Now color the entire world of sports completely surprised when Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen was fined $200 because he wore jeans to a tournament. How dare they fine and kick out one of the best players in the game? But don't worry, chess groupies have sent a strongly worded letter to let the Chess Federation know that they will not stand for this. No one gets laid until those pants are back on. Now, before we go, we have some predictions we'd like to make for the new year.
First, America will decide it's time for a big change and get bangs.
The Kimberly Guilfoyle thing will work so well for Don Jr. that Trump will send Melania to be the ambassador to wherever the heck she's from so that he can publicly hit on Jared Kushner's wife.
Amazon Prime porn will bring unheard of efficiency to the self-gratification media industry, making Jeff Bezos by far the richest person in history, and proving once and for all that is not an arrow in the Amazon logo, it's a schlong with a perfectly normal slight bend that is nothing to be ashamed of.
After being visited by 3 Christmas ghosts, Donald Trump will change his ways, embracing generosity and goodness until his violent death at the hands of a naked and raving Stephen Miller. Then I'll wake up in a cold sweat because it was all just a dream.
Texas will finally abandon all pretext of democracy when it allocates votes based solely on the number of petroleum company shares an individual owns.
And finally, Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton will found a new country based on thoughtful policymaking, reasonable laws, and respect for all citizens. But a Fox News pundit will call it shrill and no one will immigrate. Harris and Clinton will be totally fine with this. That's our show, and remember to fasten your seatbelts, observe the speed limit, and always designate a driver if you plan on partying. You don't want to end up like Jimmy Carter.
Wait, Jimmy Carter died?
So Austin, what's your New Year's resolution?
I resolved that this will be the year I stop giving all my savings to the Donald Trump re-election fund.
That is a timely one. Our writer Zach resolves to be in the top 0.001% of listeners for Myra's Miracles Happen. That one's from the Princess Diaries, also quite timely.
Hey, what's your resolution?
I resolve that this is the year I will finally stop murdering hitchhikers. Starting tomorrow. Got some plans later today.
Hey, sounds great. Let's see what Mike and Jen have to say.
So for my New Year's resolution, I want Santa to bring me a few things. Santa could bring me a what do you call it? I need one like an electric bike. Oh, that'd be amazing. So like Santa, bring me an electric bike. My next resolution is that I need a bidet. So if Santa could come like to the house or really anywhere I go really, and just like put a bidet at the toilet, that'd be great. I need a little skeet from the sheet. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I totally love this question. My resolution is gonna be to drink less. I mean, I'm not gonna drink more, but I'm also not gonna drink less. So I guess I'm gonna drink? Yes, I'm gonna drink. That's my resolution. I'm gonna drink. Okay, it's really important to me that you understand my resolution is to draw. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw more attention to myself. How will I do that? Do you know anybody with a camera? So my resolution is to order food on the menu that I've never seen before. Like, I've never had it. I don't even know what it is. Like, ossobuco. Like, people talk about that all the time. Never had it. Of course I could Google it, but why? Like, that's just dumb. But why? But why would I Google it when I can just order it and eat it? I'm really excited about eating all these different things on the menu. So that's one of my resolutions. Oh my gosh, I have so many. Okay. So another resolution I have is to look super cute. Does that count?